flames just torching the home of Miami Heat coach Erik Spoelstra. CBS News Miami, Steve Majiri, he's been in that neighborhood all morning now, and for several hours, Steve, you've been watching this, and the problem has been the fire really has been tricky for crews out there to get a handle on this. Hot spots, they keep showing up.
That's right, Austin. The battalion chief for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue says that one of the reasons why this took a little longer was that there's a huge privacy wall around this house, and that's understandable because this is the home of Miami Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra. And so because of that privacy wall, the fire department needed to call in a bunch of backup using aerial units and ladders here. I'm going to step out so we can show you some of this. Now they are inside, but you're looking at the only way to get in the house that fire rescue had. So because of that, again, they needed to go around the house. It's such a big property. They needed help from aerial units and using their ladders to get out these hot spots. But it's much clearer than when we got here a few hours ago. But this has been going on for more than 5 hours now. And so we've got a bunch of video we want to show you. First, let's go to some drone video from overnight, some ground video from overnight. A building is completely destroyed here on the property. Fire Rescue says this started about 4 a.m. and firefighters found 2 structures on the property on fire. So it required that extra manpower to get this under control. The backup has been called and it's here. And then let's go to some aerial footage from overnight. You can see 2 different fires coming out of the home. The smoke was bellowing out of the buildings and was still visible from the air. Firefighters are still trying to figure out what caused all of this, but of course they've spent all their time trying to get this out and under control first, and that is all. They're almost there, but they still do have some hot spots. And our cameras did catch Erik Spoelstra on the ground here, walking out of the house. He was very distraught and obviously didn't want to say anything at this time, knowing that, hey, his house may be completely destroyed here. And to finish off, let's go to some daytime drone footage. This, if you take a look, really gives a clearer view of the extent of the damage. A good chunk of the house is completely destroyed here, and firefighters are still trying to figure out the extent of the damage here, but it's clear that several parts of the house are completely destroyed here, and there was also a partial collapse, and so this is what's really warranted a massive response here from firefighters. If we head back live here now, Fire Rescue tells us it took over 20 units to get here, but it looks like they're finally starting to get this under control. There's still some smoke coming out of the home here, and they're going to be putting these hot spots out to make sure it doesn't reignite. But the most important thing, Austin, is that no one was hurt in this and no houses nearby were impacted there. But still, you've got to really feel for Coach Spoelstra here. It's in the middle of this, just as the start of the season, and he has to deal with something like this.
And trying to do the math, Steve, we know that the Heat just had that game in Denver, so he may have just gotten back here to South Florida when this all happened. And of course, the cause, as you mentioned, is under investigation right now. All right, Steve, thanks so much.